Michigan Farm Bureau urges a yes vote on Prop 1. Michigan's horse racing industry looks to the past to generate more revenue for its future. And the EPA grants Dicamba registrations. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
The 2020 general election is just days away, and if you have not already filled out your ballot, Michigan Farm Bureau urges a yes vote on Prop 1, Use of State and Local Park Funds Amendment. A yes vote supports making changes to how revenue from the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund and State Park Endowment Fund can be spent. Both funds are limited in how much money they can accept. Prop 1 in part would remove that cap.
The proposal would also provide more flexibility in how the money would be spent. So for example, currently there's a maximum of 25% of the trust fund can be spent on maintenance, and at least 75% has to be spent on land acquisition. So Prop 1 would make the change to allow for a minimum of 25% to be, rather than the 25% maximum, to be spent on development, renovations, and redevelopment of public recreation facilities, and a minimum of 25% on land acquisition, which is currently set at 75%. So I think when you take a step back and you look at Prop 1 as a whole, I think it would ensure that the money from the gas and mineral royalties on state land continues to go towards our state natural resources as originally intended, and allow for more flexibility and focus on maintenance and upkeep rather than just acquiring more land. So Prop 1 is consistent with Michigan Farm Bureau policy that calls for alternative distributions of the Natural Resource Trust Fund, which consideration be given towards maintaining and improving our parks, which this proposal accomplished. Michigan Farm Bureau, along with a long list of other conservation groups, business groups, and industry groups, all support Prop 1, and we urge a vote on a yes vote on November 3rd. This is not just a win for our farmers, or it's a win for the entire state of Michigan and all those that enjoys our state's natural resources, and make sure that they'll be preserved for years to come.
Coming up, Michigan's horse racing industry looks to the past to generate more revenue in the future.
There's torque. Then there's 1,050 pound-feet of available best-in-class torque. There's towing. Then there's up to 37,000 pounds of available best-in-class towing. There's backing up a trailer. Then there's backing up with available class-exclusive Pro Trailer Backup Assist. In other words, there are trucks, and then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
This fall marks the home stretch for a horse racing season like no other in Michigan. The COVID-19 pandemic delayed the start of the season, and revenues have been down because of it. But the industry is hedging its bets on legislation that would allow for historical horse racing machines at racetracks.
So it takes prior races that were run in the past and it anonymizes the data so you can't tell, you don't have a one-up on what the horses are, and then it uses some wagering technology on the back end to mimic like superfectas or trifecta wagering to process through bets on the prior run races. We've seen in Kentucky that the machines generate additional revenue it's split between the providers and the horsemen's groups and the racetracks, and we've seen it generate large dollars of income that can then translate into programming for more days at the racetrack, or programming for youth events, or just an additional revenue and tax structure that can be used at a state level for a multitude of things. Last year we had Senate Bill 661, which is sponsored by Senator Jim Ananich, passed through the Senate unanimously at 38-0 opposing, that would authorize historical horse racing machines at Michigan racetracks. So we know, and we've seen this model work successfully in other states, and know that this will allow additional racetracks to open up in the state of Michigan. It's currently in the House in committee, and we're hoping to get it voted through and hopefully to the governor's desk before the end of the year.
Up next, the EPA grants Dicamba registrations.
Planning for 2019 and beyond? Foster Swift's Ag Law team offers comprehensive legal counsel for farmers and businesses.
The Environmental Protection Agency is approving new 5-year registrations for 2 Dicamba products and extending the registration of an additional Dicamba product. All 3 registrations include new control measures to ensure these products can be used effectively while protecting the environment. The registrations are only for use on dicamba-tolerant soybeans and cotton and will expire in 2025. USDA's latest cattle on feed report, released October 23rd, is considered relatively bearish thanks to a total inventory of over 11.5 million head as of October 1st. This is the highest inventory level since the series began in 1996, according to the American Farm Bureau Federation. It also represents a 3.8% year-over-year increase in feedlot inventories from 2019 numbers. Large placements helped to offset the large marketings and push cattle on feed up 429,000 head over last year. For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.